Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're so excited that you joined us for Deep Target's Customer Success Webinar for November. And I'm David Kingsbury. I'm the Digital Experience Director here at Deep Target. And I couldn't be more excited to be here with my sidekick, Helen Triplett, VP of
Hi.
Everything Else
Good
in the
afternoon,
world.
everybody. Yeah.
Excellent. So thank you guys for being here. We got a information-packed 30 minutes. So sit back and hang on. Send us a chat if you have something to request. Hang on through it all. And remember, we have Java Joy, so we'll pick a coffee winner with a Starbucks gift card at the end. So our topics today are pretty much the same every time. We're going to talk just a smidge about Deep Target in the news. We're going to talk about upcoming capabilities. To remind you, we have certainly campaign recommendations is still about to be released. We're going to talk about a new solution from Deep Target we're super excited about. We have a guest speaker to speak to that as well. And then we're going to look at customer case studies as always. So, first of all, we want to thank Elena and Jen for the customer panel webinar we had last month. If you guys attended or have heard the recording, it was excellent listening to how they use their online banking for digital marketing and all sorts of the other aspects and the success they're having. We're just super happy. And they're wide open for you guys to reach out to them and understand what they're doing and how they're doing it and the success that they're having. But again, that recording is online and the presentation is available as well. Okay. All right. So thank you guys. And then we want to introduce Deep Target's new intelligent revenue automation system, which is really just a display of everything we do, displayed in a better fashion. So many of you know certainly that we do cross-selling and engagement to existing customers, but you may not realize that we have acquisition now, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit later. But you may not know all the different data types that we can ingest into our system to help with your engagement and acquisition. So, real excited about this, but you won't see this image very often, even though I'm a Star Wars guy and it kind of looks like a Star Wars kind of thing. What you'll see is this representation, and it's on our website. So, if you go to our website, it's actually there's an automation to it, which looks like this. So as you hover over each section, then you'll see the details of the data types, certainly, and then how we cross-sell and engage with some information there. And of course, all the reporting that we have. So we think it provides a much better view of all the capabilities of Deep Target, and we hope you find this valuable as well. Okay, so let's talk about reminding you about some of our new capability. And first of all, it's released in August was our drip campaigns. And we've talked about it at least 3 or 4 months prior to the release. And then since then, we continue to talk about it because it's amazing what it can do. And use cases are certainly onboarding new account holders, can be a really nice environment for them. We'll talk about how that happens. If your new account holders are in the midst of an application setup, you can follow them along in steps of that. Certainly, product account holder engagement, so you can set up multiple campaign ads to display over time, and educational process, how to educate them on the financial services, solutions, and things upcoming that they need to be aware of. And then just overall annual product offers with periodic update dates can be preset. And so Helen and her team, Helen, you want to talk about this example that you created?
Sure. This is one that we put out here just so you can get an idea of some idea of how you might want to do a HELOC. So this one we did images. We did this one would be a series of four ads. So you can see which ones they are. They all look a little different. On the last one, we did personalization. So you can do personalization on any of these. You can have as many ads as you want to in a sequence. There's no limit on that. So these were just some examples that we did. But the next slide, I think, will show you, how we set that up. So when you go into campaign settings under drip campaigns, you can you enable it, and then you set up your sequence. So those sequence can be based on, the trigger can be based on if somebody clicks on the ad, how many, if they see it, how many days since they've seen it, that can trigger an action. And then on a specific date, you can have that set up. So on this one example, we had the first one is when they click on the first ad, and then subsequently after that, every 7 days, the account holder would see a new ad. And then it returns back to the top, to the first ad after that. So it gives
Awesome.
you some flexibility there. And, maybe particularly you want to, maybe for consumer loan, you might want to do something that, maybe have broken down car on one of them. One of them you have braces that you have to buy, or your
Right. That's right.
heater has gone out. So just some ideas, that
That's
you
right.
can do.
When financial tragedy strikes, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Sure.
Mhm.
Excellent. Well, so we were real excited. So Helen did the HELOC, and we actually saw one being deployed by one of our customers. So a big shout out, first of all, to Family Financial, who set up one similar to Helen's example about a HELOC. And so they also did, when clicked on this ad, what's a HELOC? And it talks about that. Then this ad shows up. How can you use a HELOC with examples of how you do that? And then after 7 days, when is the best time for a HELOC? So, talking about rates and so forth. And then finally, ready for your HELOC? Don't wait to use your home's value. So great representation. So just a reminder. So in Helen's example, she personalized it so the first name of the account holder could show up in this final ad. Not only that, if they have a mortgage, you could pop the actual value of the mortgage, the equity in it. Don't wait to use your, I don't know, $50,000 of your home's value. So that would be a great way to really engage. So way to go, Family Financial. Andrew Zart did an awesome job. Right, Helen? Any comments?
He really did. And I want to get a shout out to him, and also know that there's some other people that are on this call today that also are using the drip campaign. So,
Yeah,
that's a
excellent. Let
shout
us,
out to.
yeah, share
Yeah.
with us, and we'll spotlight you in our webinar. Okay,
Okay.
great work. So finally, the new capability coming is campaign recommendations. So I just want to remind you guys that probably in mid to late December, we will it will update automatically, and you'll have a new card on your dashboard, and it's going to say top AI powered recommendations and a new pull down on the left hand side where you can go to recommendations as well. So these two new components will appear magically. We'll announce them to you as well. And then if you click on the recommendations, you can drop into these. So Helen, I'm going to let you talk about these, okay?
Okay, when you see the new recommendations option on your menu item, it's going to bring up this screen, and you have two options. You have general recommendations and AI driven recommendations. The ones that are general recommendations are things where we're trying to get some penetration in there on indirects. So maybe the first one would be people who have an auto loan with you but don't have a checking account. So these are, how can get to those people. The second would be the credit cards. So they'll have different rules behind these to see that you can, try to get more cross-selling for your indirects. And then the
Perfect.
second piece of that was digital adoption. So a lot of people were like, hey, how do we get more mobile, more mobile usage? So it's going to look at, who's not logged in mobile, and try to reach those through maybe your online banking channel. And then maybe e-statement adoption, that's something that maybe you're not running right now, but you want to get, people off those paper statements and moved over to e-statements. So these are some ideas that we have here on the general recommendations tab. On the right side, you're seeing some data insight. So a lot of times, the marketing person may not know all the information in the background about the data. So this will tell you how many digital account holders that we see in the system, and the average number of products that those account holders have. But then down here on the age distribution, we're looking by account type over here, like consumer loan, credit card, HELOC, and so on. And we're showing you a breakdown by age of, what percentage of people have that type of loan or kind of deposit or whatever. And the ones that are in dark are areas that where you could, we recommend those are some areas that you may want to, target your graphics to. Maybe you're high in that older folks, but you need some younger account holders for some of these other products. You might want to think about that for what your graphics look like, what your wording looks like, and things like that. So this is there to provide you with some information there.
Great.
And on the second tab is the AI-driven recommendations, and these are the predictive model campaigns generated for every account type within Deep Target. Some of these you may already have, so they're going to be color coded based on, hey, I already have one of those. Maybe in the blue, this particular customer is already running a predictive model for money market and checking, but they're not running one in CD. So that's where they, might want to go and create that new ad. And then has a, quick access where you can add that campaign from this screen too. Data insights are also on this one.
Perfect. Good, good, Helen. So every time we talk to customers, they're really excited about this coming. We really can't wait to see how you guys use it, and it makes a difference. And we would like all your insights, to continue to improve this. So all of these ideas actually came from the customer base. So you guys are awesome. Okay. All right.
And
So,
we've got one more.
yeah,
We've got
thank
one
you.
more here,
Thank
David.
you. Thank you, Helen.
This one is for every account, for every campaign that you create, there's another option on the flyout called Data Insights. So when you click on that, that will let you look at your audience for that particular one. This is saying the reach was 18,134 users, but this shows you the breakdown for that audience by age group.
Perfect. Good.
And that's
And
handy.
so more data insights to maybe continue to understand who you're reaching and how they're responding. And yeah, don't forget about the exports that exist. Whoops. Um, where you can export audience, you can on any of the reports that we do, you can export the data, see who's clicked. You can do all sorts of analysis at all times. So great stuff. Okay. Thank you, Helen. Great stuff. So finally, not finally, but this is our one of our top spotlight sections here today. I want to introduce Mike Bender. So Mike is the Deep Target Chief Revenue Officer. He's been with us only about 6 months. Well, he'll tell you, he might do a snippet of his history, but every time I listen to Mike, I learn something new about the financial industry. Amazing stuff. But he's going to talk about our new targeted acquisition. So, new customer, new member acquisition solution coming from Deep Target. It's this part of the intelligent revenue automation system that we talked about. So with that, I'm going to let Mike go from there. Go, Mike.
Hello, I'm, as I say, Mike Bender. I previously was in the financial industry. I owned a company called Velocity Solutions, and we were extremely active in the free checking, free gift days. My Rewards was our program. We also worked with Overdraft, basically everything around checking accounts that helped financial institutions, banks, and credit unions increase the number of accounts, increase the service level, increase the revenue around checking accounts. And during that time period, this was about 10 years ago, I tried to retire. I'm back because I failed at that. We opened probably 10 to 12 million checking accounts at about 300 different financial institutions. And we did it in the old fashioned method that we were all using 10 years ago. Send a piece of direct mail to every human on earth within a 10-mile radius of your branch and then do it 10 more times this year. Obviously, that was extremely expensive, but that's all we could do back then. Deep Targets created something we were trying to do, but we couldn't do before I sold the company, and that is figure out a way to bring all the data together. And I don't know of any other capability in the industry right now that can do what we can do in terms of data from all the various sources and then using that data, monetizing it to drive whatever result we want. And so what we have created, and it's not parts of it are not new, but the whole combination of everything is new, is we're now able to look at your current account base and figure out which ones of those accounts are the kind you want more of. And that's a definition you get to decide. It could be high balance accounts, high loan usage, or high non-interest income accounts, or it can be all three. We can then take that data and where those addresses are, where those people live, and we can model it with credit bureau data to find the best possible people to try to attract open accounts with us. We can target those people using geofencing so that whenever they search for anything online, we can get a message in front of them, and some targeted direct mail to very specific people at very specific places that look like your current account holders. And so our goal here and what we were trying to do when we created this was, instead of bringing in 100 accounts, of which 60 or 70 were here 6 months from now, in which 30 of those 100 were actually profitable and ones we wanted to keep a year from now, we're trying to select that group that we want to keep. And what we found is if we do that correctly, we can bring in account holders that look and act like your current account holders without the ones that come for the free toaster, without the ones that come and don't stay and don't use our services and just cost us money to acquire. And so what it does is it significantly drives down the cost of account acquisition and drives up the quality of accounts that we get. Um, as I say, we've assembled this capability because of Deep Target's data management capability. This has not been really possible up until now. And so if you're interested in this and new quality core deposits or something that matters to your institution, please shoot me an email. And what we do is we'll get a little bit of data from you, nothing that you can't give out, no client sensitive information. We'll then create a model through the model we've created, and we will come back to you and say, we think that this is the number of possible account holders we can go after. We think we'll get this number in these markets, and it will drive this financial result for you. And we're so confident in our ability to do this that we actually provide this on a guaranteed pricing model where you only pay for it if you get it. And the reason we can do this is what we provide is a very, very turnkey, tailored solution where you don't have to really do anything. We do all the work, and it drives in profitable core deposits, the kind of new accounts that we desperately want, and the kind that come, they bring their entire financial life in their arms, and they are then our account holder and our customer from then on. The ones that the best of the best we can do by sorting and managing the data and going after the ones that will look like the ones we currently have. So if this is of interest to you, please send me an email. I'll get you a data sheet and I will come sit down with you and go over all the details about this, how it works, show you all the special sauces and everything that make this a viable solution and something that will really help drive the results that you're going to need next year.
Awesome. Awesome. Incidentally, we know that new account holders um, are have been a difficult situation for the past couple of years. Everybody has actually been losing more than gaining. And so this is one reason why we really wanted to do this solution. And Mike has done a phenomenal job of putting this all together. And then I know you mentioned it, I just want to reiterate, then Deep Target, especially with our drip campaign capability, then helps to continue to onboard them and work with them to make sure that they do stay. So really great stuff. We're really excited. We're talking to a bunch of customers now that are really interested. So be one of those, and I think you'll be excited. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mike. So final couple of things. So case studies of success. So I wanted to share with you KSW, Federal Credit Union, a great customer of ours, 110 million in assets, about a little over 9,000 members. KSW, I couldn't, I've known about KSW forever, never knew, really thought about what KSW stands for, but it's Kennebec, Somerset, and portions of Waldo, Maine all together. And they're just doing a phenomenal job with Deep Target. As you saw with when we showed you Jen's and Elena's dashboards last month, they were all green, just like KSW's. And look at the high percentage, 82% account type coverage, meaning they've got ads deployed in across almost every account type, every product or service type, and they're just doing a phenomenal job. So this is a latest update in the October-November timeframe where they added several more campaigns. But what you'll see, this is the linear line review of just October and November, seeing all the impressions occurring and the clicks throughs occurring. Over a thousand total already this year, over 1,100 clicks in 2025. So a lot of great follow-up to be done. And so far, oh, and since we were showing we're watching you guys with your amazing campaigns out there and what's going on in Q4 because everybody has fun with the holiday season. Helen, what kind of loan is this?
This is a whatever loan.
So,
Whatever you
uh,
need help with,
yeah.
they can help you.
So I didn't know what it meant in the beginning, and Helen explained it to me. So, but great job. Whatever you need in the holiday season loan. So great work. Um, Also, what this shows, this is influence conversions they've had. So they're kind of flat week over week. This is a bi-week or per week set of influence conversions. But you'll see it's jumped with the onset of many new campaigns that they just launched. So this is it's going to be great to see. That's through October. What's happened in November? I bet it's doubled again. And I bet we'll be able to come back and show them having phenomenal sets of new account opens soon. So great work to them. And then I've got a final shout out to Extra Credit Union. So once again, Helen, her team, and I have been looking over all of your campaigns that you deployed. And these were so much fun. Extra Credit Union has a great time putting out ads that are funny. Let your finances sing this holiday season. Hit all the right notes, dash away a payment, and you can see their impressions are high and their clicks are high. This you can't really see it. This is 2.0 roughly click-through rate. This is a two and a quarter click-through rate, which is double the industry standards. So great stuff. Way to go, Extra Credit Union. Helen, did you want to speak to these ads? And yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah, I just thought that they were creative, used the holiday theme, a way to do skip a pay, dash away. That's just, it's a happy feeling. It makes you feel comfortable. I thought the play on words and the holiday theme were really great design decisions. Thank you.
Exactly. That's perfect. So everybody remembers you get 2 seconds to get attention with an ad. 1.5 seconds is devoted to an image. If they find the image attractive, they'll look, and then you've got a half second to get some sort of, I'll say, three-letter wording in. And I can't help you. The three of these guys here singing drew me right in immediately. Really funny, really cute. So great work to you guys out at Extra Credit Union. Okay. All right. So that's where we are today. You guys, we have shared tons of information for you. Don't forget, we do deep target managed services. I believe, Helen, how many of our customers now
And
are
we have
using?
40 customers.
40 of you guys let our experts run the system for you, and your results are, I'm certain, phenomenal. Don't forget, you can go to YouTube, find little shorts about certainly the webinars, and you can also demos and so forth about capability. And I'm going to let Mike actually read this because he summarized it so well. So, Mike, would you mind reading?
Deep Target really is the leader in AI data analytics to drive loan and deposit growth, and now new core deposits. I don't know of any other company or capability out there that can do what this one can. And I'm new to the team, so I've looked at it from a lot of different angles. But let us help you take your data to drive revenue, to drive loans, to drive deposit growth, and we can do all of that for you now.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mike. All right, everyone. Don't forget, refer a friend to Deep Target. That's a great way. We've had tons of you guys come as friends. And then finally, Java Joy. So, Helen, if you'll take a second
Let's
and
see who's on. He's
flip
still on here.
through.
Okay, this month's winner is Jill Harbaugh
Way to go,
from,
Jill.
yeah.
Congratulations. So, Jill, watch for a Starbucks e-gift card from us shortly. And we hope you have a good cup of coffee. I hope it's you can save it and have it on a chilly day for sure. So thank you everybody for joining and attending. We hope to see you next month. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And thank you, team Helen and Mike, for joining us today. You guys take care. Thank you so much.